Hello, it's Miss Alejandra from the Youth Services Department. This is our 6th video in our Homeschooling 101 series. We hope this series has been helpful to you in helping you make an informed decision for you and your family. Today we'll be covering some common homeschooling questions that you might have. One question that we know you might have is, what about socialization skills for my homeschooled child? While being in a traditional classroom does offer socialization skills and opportunities, that does not mean being homeschooled offers none. In fact, depending on what you decide, it may offer more. Since the homeschooling schedule is decided upon by the instructor, which is generally the parent or the caregiver, you have the ability to choose what your child's school day looks like. That includes being able to work in some extracurricular activities, such as sports or music, that they might not otherwise be able to do if they were enrolled in a traditional classroom. Because your schedule is entirely up to you, you can work around the things that you want them to do to have those added socialization skills. Another thing that would let them socialize with peers and other children their own age would be homeschooling co-ops and homeschooling groups that you may decide to join. Along with that, being in those groups would also allow them to interact with other adults and other people that are of different ages and possibly even of different cultural backgrounds, which they may not get to do if they were in a traditional classroom. It is entirely up to you, and you get to decide what that looks like for your child. Another question that you might have is whether or not you need to dedicate a special workroom or schoolroom, or if you can just work around the house. That is also entirely up to you. Some child or children may do better in a traditional classroom setting, and so you may benefit from setting aside a specific work area for them, and sometimes it is perfectly okay for the child and the caregiver to just work wherever they feel the most comfortable and wherever they want to, and feel that it's okay to mix family time with instruction time and ask questions at any point throughout the day that they want to. And again, for some children, that may be the opposite. They may work better by separating school life and home life, even if that is in the exact same place. It is entirely up to you and the child that you're homeschooling, but you can try different things to see what works best for you. Another question that you might have is, how much does homeschooling cost? And again, that depends entirely on your situation. If you would like to purchase all your supplies and your curriculum, obviously that will cost a little bit more than trying to reuse some materials. If you join any homeschooling groups and you have any other homeschooling families that you can borrow materials from or curriculum from, and as well as borrow any materials for projects or anything that you might be working on, then the cost will be different. The cost depends entirely on the family and the situation and what you choose to do for your child. However, you can usually find a way to tailor the instruction that you're giving to a certain cost and a certain amount that you are comfortable with. Especially if this is your first time homeschooling, you may need to buy some more materials, or you may feel more comfortable coming to the library and checking out some materials that you think would be most suitable for your child. It entirely depends on you, but there is no right or wrong answer, especially with the cost associated with homeschooling. One last question that we know that you might have, and that is a very common one, is how to homeschool with children of multiple ages. And this will vary, again, by family to family and scenario to scenario. It depends on your children's ages, what their needs are, the curriculum that you've chosen, the homeschooling style that you've chosen. It depends entirely on all these things, but you can make it work. One thing that you can do to make sure that you make it work is to stay very organized, and in turn have your children be just as organized. Make sure that they understand the system that you've chosen, the schedule that you've chosen as well, and that you dedicate each time to whoever needs it in the moment that they need it. If you have older children, then you can trust them sometimes, or most of the time, to work on their own. And if you have younger children, you can try and spend some more time to make sure that they have the attention that they need, or the extra attention that they need. You can also try and have them work together, either by ages, the closest in age working together, or have an older child tutor a younger child to make sure that they're all understanding the material. It is entirely up to you, and you have many different choices in how to make it work, but it is important to stay organized and make sure that the children that you are homeschooling understand the schedule as well. Again, we hope that this series has been helpful. We understand that this year things are a little different, so please, if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to us, and we will try and help you as best as we can. Thank you so much for watching this series. Bye.